Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Wellness with EAC. As you already know, my name is Nicole Guanzura, and I have the absolute privilege of being your host. On this podcast, we talk about career wellness. We talk about our faith journeys and how that intersects with our personal and our professional lives. If you are new to the podcast, welcome. So happy to have you here. I am a mama. I am a career development professional, and I'm really, really passionate about women's ministry. If you are returning and if you've been with me, welcome to episode 16. Thank you for rocking with me for these last couple of months. If you missed my LinkedIn post just last week, we have gone international, y'all. This podcast has been listened to in over 7 countries at this point and across 4 continents. And that's thanks to you and the support that you have been giving. Continue to subscribe to the podcast, continue to connect every single week. And I'm so excited about the conversation we're having today. One, I love these solo episodes because I get to connect with you one on one. We get to chat it up about the things that are on your mind, the things that are on my mind, and we get to share notes. So let's get into it. Today's episode 16, we are going to be talking about wellness post graduation. We know that the season right now, folks are graduating, whether it's coming from college, you're graduating from certain programs. And first, I just want to say congratulations. You have done it. You have gone ahead and completed your program, and it doesn't even matter, honestly, how long it took you. What matters is that you completed the program. So, shout out to you, graduate. I am so proud of you. I don't even know you, but just know I am proud of you. It is not an easy feat. I remember my senior year of college and I got the good old senioritis. I didn't believe it when people would talk about it, but I remember just not wanting to continue. I was tired, y'all. I was tired. I knew I had to complete this degree. I knew the dates were set. I knew my family was going to show up, and this was a really big deal. But the strength to go on, I will just say, thank God for getting me through. So I am so grateful and so proud of you for getting through it. So on today's episode, I wanted to share a couple of tips because this graduation season brings a lot of joy, right? It's a victorious time, but also it can stir up some mixed emotions. And I wanted to share some tips, not just for you, graduates, but I also want to share tips for school administrators, especially in the university setting. So, starting with you, graduate, now that you have graduated, first of all, take time to celebrate. That's really, really important. These achievements that you have accomplished are really important. And once you've taken the time to soak that in, at least wait for your diploma to make it through the mail. Or if you got it at graduation, start to frame that. Don't be like me and have it still folded up. I did confess on the last episode that it is still in an envelope, and I've been waiting for the right moment. And I'm not going to tell you how many years it's been for me to wait for the right moment. So don't be like me. Go ahead and put it in a frame. Go ahead and celebrate that achievement. And once you've done that, what's next for you, right? You're probably thinking about it. If you are in the job search process, then it might be a time that you may be feeling stressed, a little bit stressed out. What's next? What do I do? How do I make use of this degree? And I just want to encourage you, one, the fact that you got this degree and the things that you've been involved in on campus, I want you to immediately take audit of those things while they're fresh in your mind. Were you a student leader in some capacity on campus? Did you volunteer in some places? Did you have a job on campus? So now let's talk about the skills that come out of that time management, the fact that you were able to manage money if you were taking some kind of leadership role, whether it was a treasurer on campus or you were booking speakers, start to take an audit of everything you were involved in on campus and put that together. You're probably updating your resume, but a lot of times people are going to think about what is that big thing, that big accomplishment on my resume, but they're going to forget to highlight the skills that they have developed across the way. So please make sure that you are auditing your resume, auditing your skills, and adding that. And once you have a great resume, unfortunately, that's just not enough. It's a great step. And so now you take that and combine it with the power of your network. That university that just handed you that degree that you earned, go back to career services. Make sure you're in touch with them. The promises they made upon admissions about their employment rate, go put them to task on that. Find out where are they hiring, right? Have you logged into the various websites that they have available with job opportunities? But not just that, find out who can they connect you with. LinkedIn is a great tool to go find alum from your university. Reach out to them, set up some 15-minute coffee chats. No matter how busy someone is, they will never be too busy to give you 15 minutes of their time to talk about themselves. So, the quick strategy with that, as you're going to career services, start to find out who is going to be a potentially really good alumni, a set up alum to connect with. Then go on LinkedIn, look them up, do your research, find one or two things that align with you and their career, and set up, besides the fact that you went to the same university, and ask them for 15 minutes of their time. Reach out. Hello, my name is so and so. I just graduated from X university. I'm so excited to be a part of the alumni community with you. I'm really interested in XYZ. I noticed that your career path is in this. Do you have 15 minutes for a virtual coffee chat? I'd love to learn about your journey. So now you're opening it up as a conversation to get to know them. And you should genuinely want to get to know. That's the best way to network versus, hey, so and so, we went to the same university. Please give me a job. That's not going to get you as far. So making sure that you're networking there as you're going through the job search process. And I'll do a dedicated episode to this, but just wanted to give you something that you can take action on right now. For those of you who have received a job offer and have committed to an organization, congratulations. Kudos to you. And once you're done celebrating all of this graduation excitement, then there's a job readiness. And part of that means taking active rest. And once you've done that, start to understand what's coming up in the role. How do you get connected potentially to the company that you're going to work with? What kind of business resource groups do they have? What kind of organizations? Just like clubs on campus, there's also similar clubs and organizations at companies, depending on how large they are. How can you start getting connected, or at least getting a preview, so that by the time you're getting your company access and emails, some of you might not be doing that until the end of the summer, you're a little bit familiar with, oh, this is how I can further connect. Oh, this person that works in this department, oh, they're fantastic. Let me keep them in mind because they may be a potential mentor for me. If there isn't already a mentorship program set up at your organization, you are now feeling proactive in that. And also, what is the company culture like? You found out about it during the interview process, but feel free to reach out if you want to make sure. If you're going in person, for instance, you want to make sure you dress accordingly. A suit and tie is not going to be for every organization. So, what does the company culture and dress code look like? So, your closet is prepared for that. And I know you just graduated, so that check would not have cleared. You just have the piece of paper with the offer. So, being very conscientious already about how you're going to be a good steward of your funds. And I think the third thing that I'll share with you, outside of just the preparation and just actively seeking out ways you could get better connected in the company, is Remember why they hired you. It was because of your resume, it was because of your experience, because of your personality and how you were able to present that in front of them. So when you get there, I don't want you to start embracing imposter syndrome and saying, well, I don't know, maybe they just, no, they hired you because you're qualified to be there. And for the things that you don't know, they are going to train you, right? You don't know what you don't know until you know it. So take courage in that. Don't go and start hanging the imposter syndrome hat. Be encouraged by the fact that they hired you because they wanted you, right? Um, Now that we've talked a little bit for the graduate, I hope you take those notes. And now I want to turn the conversation over to the administrators, right? So, congratulations as you have helped these students get to the point of graduating and taking the next steps in their career. One thing I want to encourage you is that you continue to check in with those students, especially those students that were the first in their family and now they're the first again, right? The first in their family, maybe to get these kind of larger corporate jobs, or they're the first in the family to out earn the entire family. There are new stages and phases that they're going through. And it's not just the job of the alumni office to connect with them and help and encourage them along the way. It's important that they also feel safety, especially within these next few months, safety with the people who have developed relationships with them over the last 4 years, sometimes even 6 years, right? We know, according to statistics, on average, first generation students are graduating in 6 years versus 4 years. But as we talked about, what matters most is that they did it. So they have a relationship with you. So if there is a way, now stick it in your calendar, if it's not already in your system, someone just sending a note to check in. Hey, how are you? It doesn't even need to take long. You could program it now and delay the delivery. Hey, how are things going? Hello from X University, checking in on you. I hope you're doing great. So I just want to encourage you there because they have those relationships are so important. And also that's that safety. The psychological safety that they have. So if they are having issues with the job, or want to recommend some people that they think would be really great, that will also help you internally when it comes to sending more of your alum to that organization. So just being able to carry on those conversations and making it a team effort amongst career services, someone from student affairs, in great collaboration with the alumni office. If you don't have that set up, I really encourage you. Just a single email makes a world of a difference. A single phone call. I know there's so many of the students that are on your list to check in on, but maybe just portioning out a part of it. And those you have developed really great relationships with, take that extra step more than just the survey email that's going to go out 6 months after graduation of, hey, what are you doing? How are things going? What's the job role? All of that as you're filling your statistics. People are more likely going to engage more if they feel that that relationship is valued. So I really encourage you to connect with the students there. And one of the things also, especially for career services, I talk to so many alum that don't know that your services are still so relevant to them even after graduation. So just putting a little nugget in their heads and reminding them that they can still turn to you at certain points in their career. So they can still have resources or whatever dedicated page you have to the alum. But overall, I think it's such an important stage that as you have these students graduate and go to the next steps in their journey, they still want to be connected with you. They still want to know that someone out there, as they're going into this new world, cares about them on the professional side, from their university side. including those students who are superstars on campus. It doesn't mean that's always going to translate on the other side. Or the students that are now going home and are going to be home for the summer and the dynamics have shifted. It's just so important that they know that there's a safe space for them. Um, and also, one of the other things I think about too is, are there services that are available low cost, or if it's not through the counseling services, what services could you refer to them to help them with that transition? I will do a fully dedicated episode to share some resources that you could continue to share with your students. And for the graduates, I will do one that's going to be dedicated to strategy around the job search as well. We have an incredible guest that's going to be coming on and talking about that. And I will also share some tips from the career wellness side. And that's it, y'all. I just wanted to come in and check in and say congratulations on graduating. Congratulations on earning this degree and really proving to yourself, to your family, that you are qualified to be in this next phase of life. That the skills, don't worry exactly about the name that is on that degree or the major that is on that degree. I want you to be focused on the skills that are coming out of it. So often you hear people saying, oh, you know what? I never used that degree anyway. I never did this thing anyway. But what about the network of friends you made? What about the skill set that you developed from that? What about the relationships that are developed at a core? What about the way you have grown as an adult from that transition from home to your next stages, right? So I want to encourage you to consider all of those factors beyond that piece of paper. It's really important though. Frame it, get the frame. Don't be like me, get the frame. So until next time, I'm so happy you tuned in and we spent some time together and connected today. It's always such a pleasure. And every single Wednesday, you can find me right here, solo, chatting with you one on one, or having one of our guests come and connect with you. So until next Wednesday,